Good day, everyone. It's Robin Brightman from Iloilo, Philippines. And today we're doing Wednesday's theme, which is cost of living and practical living. Plan smart, live better. So look at the thumbnails. I really like what ChatGPT can do so quickly. It's basically my outline in pictures that I'm going to read with you. I've not lived in Roxas City. I live in Iloilo City in Iloilo province. Roxas City is in Capiz province. So let's look at the colorful outline. We're going to talk about apartment versus condo versus house costs in general and give a range. The same with utility costs or electrical costs. We're going to talk about food costs, practical living ideas, and life in Roxas City. Roxas is also called Capiz. But let's get started. Okay. Today we're looking at Roxas City, Capiz province, from a practical living point of view. Rent, utilities, food, and daily life. Roxas is known as the seafood capital of the Philippines. But the real question is, could someone actually live there comfortably? Probably. That's okay, that's human. Rent, apartment versus condo versus house. Basic apartments or rooms can start around 7,000 pesos a month. Remember that about 6,000 pesos is 100 US. Now, apartments often range, these are furnished apartments, around 20,000 pesos a month. So that would be about $350 US, depending on size and location. Of course, they can go down and they can go up, also depending on whether they're furnished or non-furnished. I tend to at least need at least half furnished, but fully furnished is nicer. Then you don't have to, if you have a furnished place, you don't have to buy things like hot plates and dishes and um, knives and forks, and these things add up every time you move. So a furnished apartment is generally the best one I like to get. And then furnished condo style units often range between 25,000 to 35,000 pesos. So 25,000 would be about what I pay, 420 US, and 35,000 would be about almost 580 US. I'm just using a factor of 60 pesos to a US dollar. Furnished house rentals commonly range from 23,000 to 35,000 pesos on average a month. You can definitely find 10K to 15K units as well, like in Iloilo, empty or furnished. You just need to research harder or talk with a local real estate agent. They're often invaluable, but they also like to show the most expensive properties first. Keep that in mind. So the other thing is that row house is about 40% the size of Ilo City. So there'll be less units than Ilo has. Practical takeaway, furnished, secure, modern units can approach Iloilo pricing. Utilities. Electricity in Capiz is roughly around 12 pesos per kilowatt hour and can be a major monthly expense if air conditioning is used heavily. So electricity in Rojas and Iloilo is basically the same price. The real savings or losses will come from the apartment itself, like how sealed is it? I live in a relatively new ninth floor apartment, one bedroom apartment. It's very sealed to the point that I have to open windows in the morning and at night just to let fresh air in. But that helps my air conditioning and the cool air it generates stay in one place. So ChatGPT said to me that given that I run my AC at 26 to 27 C, that's what I like. I found that when I had it at 24, 25, uh, it was too cold and too dry because air conditioners also dry out the air. And so when I went up, I slept better and I wasn't as dry in my nose and throat, right? That's what we call our sweet spot. Now, electricity bills versus air conditioning usage have a sweet spot too. It's not when they're set at 20 C, that's like the worst and too cold, really. 20 C to 24 C, I think is too cold. And if you're at 20 C, you're probably going to get a 15,000 peso bill a month or more. For me, that's like more than half my current rent, or 250 US. Right now, I pay about 4,500 pesos a month for electricity, which is about $75 US. So we shouldn't let electricity costs influence our decision between the two cities. Be very careful with running AC at 20 C or 22 C, like I said, as that can make your electrical bill 15,000 pesos or more instead of 4,500 pesos like mine, where I run it at 26C or 27C, and it's nice. Water charges are much lower compared with electricity. I pay 100K. I say K? Sorry, I gotta take that off. I pay 100 pesos a month myself here, but it can range generally from 100 to 250 pesos. Often when it's higher, they're trying to make a little money off the rate, right? The landlord. Internet plans are similar to other Philippine cities, generally around 1,500 pesos, which is what I pay monthly, which is, I think it's about $25 US to 1,700 pesos per month. Okay, let's go to food costs. Food costs depend heavily on lifestyle and eating habits. Local markets, seafood, vegetables, eggs, and home cooking can significantly reduce your monthly expenses. I'm going to cut this and put this up here. Okay, does this one is right here? That's okay. We'll edit it on the fly. Cooking at home saves 60 to 70% compared to eating out and allows you much larger portions. That's why I like doing it. Plus, I like cooking. I like using spices and olive oils. And I generally eat about 80% protein or 90 and minimal carbs. They've lied to you about carbs versus oils. When we start burning oils, we're much more efficient and we can do it. Carbs are really the dangerous things, but they're also very addictive because you're basically talking sugar when you're talking carbs. Restaurant dining and imported groceries will increase monthly costs as well, like especially the imported groceries. Okay, practical living ideas. I'm gonna push this one down. Oh, I gotta do it this way. Something get up there. That's a good one. Oh, I see. I'm not sure I have any practical living ideas, but I've got one. Oh, I have that one. Okay, I'm always learning as I do this. As you'll see, my videos will get much better with time. I'm using CapCut relatively. That's a video editing software. There's a lot to that, and I'm getting good at that. I was using an H88 video camera, $50 US one. This is what they look like. I put it on my chest and I did that uh, walk walking lifestyle video that we have on Tuesday. And I had it on my chest and it still bounced around too much. Up here it would be worse and weird. So I'm learning things, I'm figuring things out. But one thing you will get in this channel is value information. And it's valuable to me too, because all the other cities are new to me as well. So practical living ideas. What I wanted to do is push this down. Stay for a week before committing to a long-term rental. That's always intelligent. When I flew into Iloilo from Manila, I stayed at the Hop Inn. And if you stay in a hotel, you're looking at 1,000 US a month for rent. So now I got into an apartment. It's still a little higher than I want to pay, but it's down from 33 US a night to $14 US a night. much more sustainable that way. Okay, check noise levels, barking dogs, flooding, internet reliability, water pressure, and security. And if there's karaoke nearby, karaoke bars, watch out for them too. Consider proximity to markets, hospitals, shopping, and walking areas, or where you might work if you're teaching English in a school, right? The cheapest rental is not always the best value. For example, I chose to stay in this apartment even though it's 25K pesos a month, and then another 5K for utilities, because it's close to the walking path that I really love and enjoy, and shopping and all this other stuff mentioned here, right? And security is very important too. You don't want to move someplace and get robbed your first month, right? Or any month. And that can happen in any country, right? If you move to the wrong area. So closing thoughts. A practical rental sweet spot may be between 12K and 20K pesos per month. That's what I like. I'm kind of aiming for a house rental eventually of 10K to 15K, because I'm in a luxury high-rise apartment, one bedroom for 25K a month. But if I go to a nice secure house, you'll get bigger, and generally that's better for me, more space, and you'll get it for less money, 10K to 15K. Many locals here pay with their incomes, so their incomes can range from 200 US to about 400 US. That's very common across Southeast Asia. So they tend to rent rooms or for 5K to 10K a month, because that's their budget, right? So Roxas City offers a quieter lifestyle. I like that idea. Strong seafood culture. Yeah, it's called the seafood city, right? And potentially lower monthly expenses than larger cities. Yeah, Roxas is called the seafood capital of the Philippines. And the Panay Island that I'm on is the heart of the Philippines. And if you look on the map, it kind of looks like it could be where the heart is, right? Okay, well, thank you. And tomorrow, let's go to the top here. Tomorrow, we'll talk on Thursday, lifestyle and well-being, how we can take care of your body and mind with Rojas in mind. Okay, let's learn that together. Have a nice day. Remember to hit subscribe and a thumbs up, hopefully. And thank you kindly. Let's keep learning together. And bye now.